Hi, my name is Mehmet Ali and this is my graduation project User Authentication via Keystroke Dynamics. Main goal of the system is prevent imposters to get access to your accounts even though they know your password. To do that, I'm using a unique feature of users which is Keystroke Dynamics. In a real-life situation where an imposter knows your ID and password would get access to your account, but if the user have created a database for his password typings, then the imposter should match the typings with the model of the real user. So knowing password is not enough for accessing your account anymore. For separation of imposter and user, we have two cases. If we know model of the imposter or not. In a situation where we know the imposter model, I am using a machine learning algorithm SVM to classify login attempt as user or imposter. If we don't know the imposter data, we need to encapsulate user model on space using clustering methods. So the imposter attempts can be identified as anomalies on the user models. In order to gather password typing information and classify, I created a Windows app. The app can save multiple users on the system and it simulates real-life systems as restrictions about password and user IDs. After users creating the accounts, they can add password typings on their database. After 80 to 100 sessions, it should be enough for the system to recognize you. After that, users can test models on the system in two ways. First one is SVM algorithm and it needs a password. Then the algorithm searches all accounts through the getter models which shares the same password, then uses SVM algorithm to classify. And the confusion matrix and score can be seen. Also, the SVM kernel can be changeable. Second one is clustering algorithms. When there is a login attempt to your account, clustering algorithms encapsulates your model and they predict if the attempt is an anomaly to your model or not. There are 5 clustering algorithms and their score and decisions for the attempt can be seen. Also, success is changing for each account. User database can be exported as JSON file to use on any other system for future use. So I created a website to implement the system on World Wide Web. Unlike the app, users can sign up for the system, but this time their password is not used for classification. They need to import their database and their account can hold multiple different passwords because while importing they also selecting password for the database. And this can be seen on profile section as history. After that, they can use same recognition methods like on the app. SVM classification with kernels and the login attempts as clustering. And their results can be seen on the right side. At the end, we gather 5 databases from candidates, and they have 3 special typings. The most successful one is user 1 and he typed his password by rhythm of his favorite song. We can see that K-means and Birch algorithms F2 scores are above 0.90. Secondly, user 2 and user 3 is next successful databases. and they were familiar with the password because they've been using this password as their last name on real life. Lastly, user 4 and user 5 is forced to write unknown passwords for them, and they are the least successful ones. In conclusion, if the users can select their password, which is became the daily routine for their lives, is much better for this system, because this way they develop a unique habit more easily. They can also use a rhythm or special types of typings to prevent imposter attempts more successfully. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, you can reach to me on my Gmail.